Hello everyone, this is Dr. Randy Parker from East Carolina University. I'm an economist now here for 31 years and a very good friend of your Professor Marshall Graham's. We've been through many horse racing days together, and I hope to do it again in the future many times. This video is going to come in two parts. The first part, I'm going to be speaking to you directly here face to face about some general horse racing knowledge that I've gained over the years. And then a second video I'm going to try to use as a tutorial where I'm going to take you through the form horse by horse for some things to look out at, and then also give you my picks for the day for Tuesday, March 28th of 2017 for the 8th race at Philadelphia Park. But first, you'll notice that I have a blog, www.randallparker.blogspot.com. I have put several amusing horse racing things that I've had over the years that your professor and I have done, as well as my 10 rules of horse race gambling. If you were to follow these rules in your exploits in gambling on horses or gambling in general, or just life in general, you'll make it farther faster, because I paid for these in blood and treasure. I'm 57 years old now. I've got the scars to prove it, but especially in horse racing. They were on my blog. I think your professor told you that. So let's go over them, shall we? Number one, and most importantly, is do your handicapping for yourself. Don't just show up at the track or go to the races and just take touts' words for it. Hey, buddy, come here. I got the fifth for you at Oak Lawn. You got to bet this horse. It's going to win. I can't tell you how many thousands of dollars I've lost until I've realized that it's like investment. You have to do your due diligence, and if you don't, you're certain to have a stream of losses. So make sure you've picked your horses for yourself and you have good opinions why you like a horse, because if you don't have good opinions, you have no reason betting and will be a certain loser. Number two, if you can't take the losses, don't bet. Gambling is entertainment. Gambling's not an addiction, or at least it doesn't have to be, which means that if you're playing around with fun money, then okay. If you lose it, that's great. But if you're not, if you can't take the losses, then you need to find something else to do, something more wholesome. Go to church, read the Bible, but don't gamble on horses. Number three is something that took me a long time to learn as well, and it's that greed kills. You're at the track, you're up a couple of races, you've got a pocket full of money, and you decide to start increasing the amount of bets that you originally were going to do when you showed up to the track, and that was a real bad idea. And you could be up a couple $300, and before the races are all over and said and done, you'll be down $400 because you got greedy and you started to press your early luck and you got clobbered. That never works out very well. So greed kills, and don't let it. Number four is a very important one. Winners correct their mistakes next time out. Losers bet bigger, trying to cover their losses, which will never cover in the end. If you're losing and you want to try to make it up and you bet bigger, it never works out. If you have a bad day, stop it, wait for the sun to come up the next day, and try again. Trying to recover by betting bigger is always a sure loser. Number five is, like in life, never get too high or too low. If you're on a losing streak, it's never as bad as it seems. And if you're on a winning streak, it's never as good as what you believe it to be, because winning streaks don't last, and neither do losing streaks. As long as you keep emotionally on an even keel, you've got a chance to stay in this game for a long time. If you burn out emotionally, either on the upside or the downside, you'll be doing something else. You won't be gambling on horses. Number six is scared money don't win. So when people say to you, I have to have a win, you need to stay away from them, because they're going to make bad decisions. That's scared money. They're gambling with money that they shouldn't be gambling with. If they need the win, it always leads to bad decisions, and don't follow them. Number seven. Marshall, I'll just give him the abridged version on this one. Women and booze don't mix with horses. I was at the track one time in graduate school. I had a girlfriend with me. And to make sure that she was comfortable and well-fed and had a drink, take some gentlemanly attention. Well, the next thing you know, she wanted something else. Right before the race went off, I went and got it. By the time I went out to make my bet, the window was closed. And my 20-to-1 horse won, and I didn't have a nickel on it. So if you're going to take a companion to the track, then just go and have some fun. Don't do any serious gambling. And for heaven's sakes, stay off the liquor. because once you've had a couple of three, you start getting those bourbon muscles or the bourbon brains, and you feel more certain about horses that you only had somewhat lukewarm opinions about when you showed up to track, and you wind up penniless. So don't ask me how I know these things. I've heard stories of them from your professor, Dr. Graham. Number 8, and we're going to talk about this in this race today. Don't bet a beaten favorite coming back trying to do anything that they haven't done before. It's just not a good sign. It doesn't usually work out very well, and you wind up losing money. So if a beaten favorite at 6 furlongs comes back and tries to go 7 furlongs, and anything changes at all, they're usually very bad bets. Number 9 is this something that I really need to remember all the time, is that exotic bets like exactas, trifectas, superfectas, pick 3s, pick 4s, they should supplement straight bets. You have to decide in this game what you do well, and then you have to press that. Now, as Dr. Graham would tell you, I'm decent at claiming horses on the dirt, and I'm a straight better. Win in place, that seems to be where I have the success. I generally don't bet the show, unless somebody does a bridge jumper, which I'm sure Dr. Graham may tell you about later on. So I have to make sure that I put down my win in place bet before I do anything like an exacta. In the past, I have put down an exacta bet, and my winning horse has won, but the second place horse didn't come in second, and I forgot to bet the horse to win. Not a very happy time at all. So always make sure you get your win in place bets down first before you go to the exactas or other exotic bets. Number 9, and I learned this from graduate school, eat your betting money, but don't bet your eating money. I took my last $200 one time as a graduate school and put it on a horse at Keeneland, and thank God it won. But if it would not have, I would have been, I don't know, in the soup kitchen for another 10 days until I got paid again, or selling plasma in order to try to survive. You don't want to do that, okay? Number 11, and remember this one, because we always have to relearn it. Every time that gate opens, expect to be humbled, because this, if nothing else, is a humbling game. It's very difficult. If you have any chink in your emotional armor at all, horse racing will stick in a red-hot umbrella and open it wide. So keep your cool, get good opinions, and then when you have them, hit them like a Mike Tyson punch. Otherwise, just go gently. All right, more in a bit.